find what aspect you love and then just stick with it. There's too many times that I like fell off the wedding path of, well, I like what Sam Coulter's doing. I'm going to try to tap back into that.
Yeah.
I like what Devin Supertramp's doing. I'm going to try to do that. Whereas like if I just stayed niche down to weddings, I would have been light years ahead of where I'm at now. It took me my entire career of film to get where I'm at now, where I finally feel like I'd built a business that is trustworthy, that people love, creating wedding films that people get excited about. Whereas if I would have stayed with weddings, I could have been doing this right when I got back from my mission.
Yeah.
So it's like, find the niche, find what you love to do, and then just stick with it. Do most people...
We've been rolling, yeah.
Do most people like sit forward or they
It's
lean back?
different.
Man,
it's different.
This is weird, dude. I already feel awkward. My lip starts to quiver. That's my weird tick.
I love it. I have a very soft, I've been told I have a pretty quiet voice. I talk kind of calmly, so I have to be close. But if you sit back, I'll sit back so we can match the levels.
No, like I'll come forward too.
Because my favorite thing is just to get up close.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, that's the story. And then ended up doing this business, got the studio 2 years ago, and now I'm doing this podcast. We're a year into it. I think, what is he? Is he the 50th episode?
50's a big one.
Huge.
I'm honored. This is crazy.
Is that right? Ben? Is he the 50th episode?
50's nuts.
Bro.
It's half 100.
We're starting season 2 in 2 weeks from now.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So
what's the goal with the podcast?
Well, at first it was to basically do something that I've wanted to do that's it's mine, right? Yeah. I wanted to build some kind of a platform of, like, because some people want to do a film, some people want to put their money in something in media, and mine was to do a podcast. And then it turned into this amazing networking tool that I didn't expect. It's just like, I've met so many cool people, and I also realized along the way how much I love to connect one-on-one. I'm not like a big group guy, but I love to talk about what people love, and I love film and love to talk to people about film.
That's cool.
And so, yeah, here we are.
That's sick.
You got any other questions for me?
No.
I was gonna say,
I'll let you.
This is your podcast at this point.
No, I just like to, I don't know.
No, I love when people kick it back, man. I think it's fun to just go back and forth. But Connelly,
yeah,
welcome to A Filmmaker's Journey, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. I'm excited to get to know you. Let's just start with an introduction.
Okay.
Who you are and what you currently do in your career.
Okay. Well, my name is, should I start like that? My name
is...
Yes.
We're going to make an Instagram reel that starts with, my name is Connelly and I do this. Boom.
Okay. My name is Connelly. I am from California. So I grew up in Southern California. Started film when I was 14.
Cool.
And right now kind of my full time is destination wedding films. So that's kind of what I do.
I noticed on your wedding Instagram, you are very niche to Park City. Do you do a lot there?
Funny enough.
Because you have that as your title. I was like, dang, that's a good niche.
Funny enough, I've never shot a wedding in Park City.
You're kidding. So tell me why you got that on your name.
Park City's the destination spot here in Utah.
Totally.
And when people type in Park City, if someone's going to do their wedding in Park City, it's most likely going to be an expensive wedding.
Yeah.
And so even if they don't land on me, it kind of boosts my SEO of destination. And so... yeah, I've never shot a wedding in Park City.
That's amazing.
Ever.
So smart.
But it's just to kind of get that attention in Utah more.
I shot a wedding at Deer Valley.
Beautiful.
Amazing. It was so cool. One of them, definitely one of the ones I'll remember. For sure. It was very bougie.
They're all expensive up there.
Yeah.
That's why I put the name there.
Yes.
Hopefully one day people bring me up.
Very smart. So then destinations, what's the coolest place you've been to film a wedding?
Austria.
Way cool.
Austria was sweet. Austria and Germany. It was like a mix between the two spots.
Did you go running to the Sound of Music through the field?
I did. I reenacted every scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my wife's dream. To go to Austria so we can run through the fields of Austria. That's cool, man. And so I imagine you've been doing this for a while. It's taking you all over.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing weddings?
So weddings was actually the first thing I started with. I picked up a camera when I was like 14.
Yeah.
I just found a random camera in my parents' cupboards. My aunt got my mom a camera for a birthday present a few years before. It was an old Canon 60D.
Cool.
Like tiny little thing. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And inside there was notes of like what shutter speed does, what ISO does, what aperture does, how to adjust things based off of what you're going to be shooting. And I just kind of taught myself photography.
Cool.
And then my uncle got married and asked me to shoot his wedding. And I was like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing yet. And was kind of hesitant to do it. And at this point, I was in 8th grade. And then I did it for a little longer. And my uncle's best friend asked me if I would shoot his wedding. And I was like, okay, I've done it long enough that I could probably shoot a wedding at this point. And so that's kind of how I got into it, is I had that 60D and then shot his wedding. He had to pick me up. I didn't have my driver's license. So
Nice.
picked me up and I kind of went with him and then went to the temple and then went to his house afterwards and picked stuff up for his honeymoon and then shot the reception. And then after the reception, my mom picked me up.
Nice.
That's kind of how I got my start in the...
What was your setup like when you were shooting your weddings?
It was a glide cam, 60D,
Yep.
and a Tamron 24-70.
Way cool.
Nothing crazy.
And so you turned down the first offer
Yeah.
and you just didn't feel ready yet.
I just didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't understand the camera full enough, and I had like a GoPro and a drone, and he wanted. Yep, that was there. It is, dude.
Dude, that's
crazy.
That's where I got married, bro.
San Diego.
413 weeks ago.
That's crazy.
When was that? Can you do that math?
Yeah, 2018.
I was married 4 years before that. So old.
Holy dude, I didn't even know I had that on my Instagram still.
Good pull, Ben.
That's a big pull. Yeah.
It says the date down there.
Like I've got the no socks. Slide on Vans. That was my first L series right there.
And look how long you've extended that glide cam.
So long.
That's almost a tripod.
It should have been a tripod at that point.
That's so cool.
Yeah, fully extended. I think I lost the counterweights for the bottom.
So
I had to extend it so that
you had to
it balanced
leverage
itself out.
extra long.
That's hilarious.
That looks like a 1DX with a 24-70.
No, 70D with a extended battery on it.
Oh, that's what it is. Got
Yep.
it. That's cool, man. What a flashback.
That's nuts, yeah.
And so this was one of your first weddings, I guess? Or what were you doing? Oh, no, you're from California. So
From
is
California.
this where you shot your first wedding?
No, so this is actually probably my third or fourth wedding. Does it show who's tagged in that? No, probably doesn't. Yeah, so I quickly got into weddings, which was like kind of weird. I shot my first one, posted it, and then within, I want to say like 2 months, I had booked like 10 to 15 weddings for the rest of the year. And I was like a freshman in high school. Like I was just starting out.
How did you do that? What were you doing marketing wise?
I
Probably didn't even realize you were doing it.
I didn't even I would just kind of post it on Instagram and take the most beautiful shot. I mean, like anyone else does, take the most beautiful shots and share it on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then at that point, going viral, I don't think was, I mean, it was a big thing still.
Yeah.
I don't feel like going viral was that big on Instagram yet.
It was very rare.
Yeah.
And the algorithm wasn't set up like it is today. So if you did, man, it was a big deal.
And I never had any viral posts. A lot of it was just word of mouth, and then I'd get lucky with a bride and groom. And I mean, there's not many videographers who do weddings in California.
Yeah.
And so I think within the LDS community, it was pretty quick that my name was like, okay, Connelly's doing weddings.
Yeah.
And so I was able to book more weddings just kind of through word of mouth.
And that's such a prime time as well, because I was shooting weddings in 2010, 2011, 12. I think I stopped about 13 or 14. And then there was two other people that I knew of, and it was David Perry Films, and his name is I forget, Chris McLean.
I know
Heard
Chris
of them?
McLean, yep.
Those guys were shooting, and they were shooting on glide cam.
Yep.
And then I came up and started doing like first looks because I got inspired by David Perry. And we were kind of pushing this not a lot of people did videos, man. It was like you had to fight for that.
Yeah.
In those days, everyone's like, oh, for sure, photographer, but we don't need video. It's too expensive.
It wasn't a big deal. No one wanted video.
In 2018 and a little earlier, like all of a sudden video is a thing. And now it's like, of course you need video and photo.
Yeah.
So it was a harder sell back in my day.
Well, and I feel like nowadays video it's kind of a show off. I think a lot of people,
100%.
I see a lot of people now booking video for more than they're booking their photo for.
Yeah.
They spend more money on their videographer than they do on their photographer.
Totally.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
It completely changed from video wasn't something people prioritized to now it's like, that's everything.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's social media.
It's Instagram for sure. And then all the viral ideas to try to, you know, I saw one of the coolest videos that my friend sent me. It was, do you listen to Morgan Wallen?
Yeah.
So he walks out before every concert. A groom did the walk out, and he had someone film it live in his reception area. There's a big screen, and everyone's in the reception area, like watching him, and he's just doing his thing. Walks up, and his bride meets him, and she's the one that walked together. It was so sick. But all these like viral ideas, and you know, weddings are special, and it's totally changed since I was doing them to where you are doing them, and it really wasn't something that I think like yourself you could make a really great career out of.
Yeah.
You could do it if you were like the top 5. But now so many people are able to do it. There's so many weddings. So let's kind of talk about that.
Okay.
As you transitioned from like these 4 weddings that you were first doing, and you started to book all these other weddings, and what was your mindset like at that point? And I actually have one more question we'll get back to, but let's talk just about that mindset of, holy smokes, I have 10 to 15 weddings. This is my career. Or was it like, oh shoot, I don't want to get into this? Like, talk me through that.
So I actually, here, I'll move that right there. I didn't really go into it with a career mindset. I mean, at this point I was like a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
You know, I would go to the beach with my buddies, bring a GoPro, and I had an old, what were they called? The DJI Phantom.
Yeah.
Phantom 3 Pro.
Yep.
Like we'd go to the beach and we'd have fun and make some trendy Instagram video of us jumping in the water and
cool.
I mean, your basic stuff that you would do.
And it was just for fun.
Just for fun, purely fun.
Cool.
And so as a freshman, I was just kind of like, I mean, it's coming. I might as well just keep doing it. And so on the weekends, my mom she'd take me to these weddings and drop me off. And then I'd text at the end of the night, all right, you can head over. I'm done. You can pick me up. And a lot of these were either local or down by the beach. And so my mom would drive down to the beach and stay down there all day and then pick me up after, and we'd drive back after. And so, I mean, again, I was a freshman in high school and I was charging nothing. It's like $300, $400. But for a freshman, I was like, I'd come to school on Fridays and I'd bring all the boys pizza.
Yeah.
Everyone was stoked. I was like, pizza? Like everyone was excited.
You're balling.
So it wasn't much of a career mindset. It was more, I found something that I like to do. Film was something that really early on, I loved to do.
Yeah.
I didn't really have anything I loved. And then I started doing weddings and I started filming with my friends, and it was just something that I just like, it's a typical answer. You pick up a camera and I just couldn't stop filming and shooting stuff. Like we would shoot fun stuff in our backyard, BMX, paintball, airsoft. I mean, anything I could go shoot and have fun with, I was shooting. And so weddings was more just like people enjoyed it and I could make some money with it and buy gear with it. And so I did them.
That's amazing. Now, you answered my question, which was just like, did you start shooting with that mindset of like, I'm heading this direction, I enjoy it? It really just sounds like it kind of turned into that as you got asked. Yeah. Because you had a camera, and it turned into something that you started to enjoy. And then from there you started like, because this is kind of, I completely ignored the fact that I said, let's start at the beginning. And we just kind of went right into it. It's kind of the format is I say, okay, now tell me right that first moment you got that camera and we're already on your journey. Yeah. So let's keep going down that route. So 9th grade, 10th grade, now you're in high school. You're balling out, making all this money, buying the boys pizza. You're still got 3 years of high school. You're not even thinking about a career yet. No. So take me through those high school years as you still were doing weddings.
I mean, I hated high school.
Yeah.
Hated high school. I mean, I have terrible ADHD. And so high school was just brutal. The only classes I excelled in was photography and English, which was weird. I loved writing. That's so cool. English was a good one for me. I took a ceramics class. Loved ceramics. It's just because it was creative. It was like a creative outlet. I could go in and make whatever I wanted. And then I had this creation that I made once it was fired and through the kiln. And so high school wasn't like the best experience. I had a couple buddies, a couple really good friends. I didn't excel in classes. I mean, I to be totally honest, I barely graduated.
Nice.
Like,
You did it.
I think I graduated with like a 2.8 GPA.
Nice.
Cheated on my chemistry final. It was my
Tell
second.
people just do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, honestly, it was my second time taking chemistry my senior year, and I got the second highest score on the final.
Nice.
Obviously, I cheated 100%, but I passed. I graduated high school. That's all that I cared about was.
You don't have to tell anyone how.
It's
no one
just,
cares.
I did it.
Just you did it. You got your diploma.
Exactly. And so high school wasn't the best experience. I remember doing film, and I wanted to do the student council film. So I like went in for the interview, and it's like a full on formal interview. And I was like, hey, I just want to film. Like, let me do the football stuff. And they had a guy they were using. I ended up not getting it. And then found out that I was like the laughing joke at the school from like my sophomore year to senior year, because I tried to come in and take the other guy's place. And so,
Really? Was he your age?
I think he was a junior.
Okay, just
at
a
the
little.
time. And then he left and someone else came in, and I didn't excel in high school. High school was always like, I always felt like I was held back in high school. I've always been very business minded and kind of entrepreneurial minded.
Yeah.
And so high school kind of felt like I wasn't excelling in the areas that I wanted to.
Yeah.
And so I didn't enjoy it, to be honest.
That's interesting, because I can relate, and I think a lot of us creatives are like that.
Yeah.
And especially if you have an entrepreneurial mind, it's like high school is like, slow down,
Yeah.
be good, sit in your chair, stop trying so hard, like fit in this mold. And we're out here like, we gotta spread our wings, man.
I just felt like and I grew up in a small town.
Where did you grow up?
So
What part of California?
Ukaipa. I doubt you've even heard of it. It's this tiny little town in between LA and Palm Springs.
Okay.
Ukaipa High School. I mean, I love the place now, but growing up, I always felt held back there. It's kind of like what you said. Like I wanted to spread my wings. I wanted to go do more. And in high school, it was like sophomore year came around, junior year, I got my license, and weddings eventually turned into local things too. On the weekend, I was driving up to Northern California 4 hours to shoot a wedding on the beach.
Cool.
And in a penthouse. And then I would drive home on Sunday and go to school on Monday.
Nice.
And that's kind of what it turned into. And high school is the place where I was just like, I don't need to be learning about, I don't know, social science.
No.
I'm never going to apply this in anything I'm doing in the film world. So it was just kind of a holdback.
That's interesting. You had that as early as high school, because I remember feeling that way in college. I was like, I got out of high school and I was like, why am I taking math again? Why am I doing these things? I know I want to be in film. And so you were having that feeling even in high school, and you're doing all these weddings. Were you shooting anything else at this point?
Nothing for work, no. I remember, do you know Sam Colder?
Yeah, of course.
Sam Colder was like the pinnacle of what every filmmaker wanted to become.
Dude, he inspired all, because I was at Supertramp when he blew up.
Yeah.
And I was like, Devin, we got to start doing transitions like this, dude.
Exactly.
Get that Lumetri fade color.
Everything he did
is so insane.
Yeah. So I remember, look at this is literally,
there you go.
Literally inspired by Sam Colder.
Colder.
So I would do fun passion projects and stuff like this on my off time. And I remember wanting to do this how Sam Colder was doing it. Yeah. And then I quickly realized face the fact that I'm not going to learn those transitions like he does. I don't know how to do it. I tried to figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. And so I kind of resorted just for...
There it is. There's the Luma fade.
Yeah.
I remember this, man.
So this is, I would, like I said, just side projects. And then eventually it turned into I got paid by a company to go to Costa Rica my senior year to go shoot their company trip in Costa Rica. And that was the only paid project that I did outside of just passion projects and weddings.
Yeah.
It never stuck. It never hit. I couldn't figure out the transitions, and I was like, I'm just going to stick to what I'm good at. I'm not going to change. I'm just going to stick to it.
Cool. And then you started developing that skill, obviously, as you started shooting more weddings. It's funny because I have a video just like this that I did in Hawaii that was super inspired by Sam Colder. And I brought it back and I showed Devin, and I was like, this is what we need to start doing. This is the way things are going. He's so talented. Even to this day, I'm just amazed with what he does. Let's try to get him on the pod.
He's, one of my first, and Ben, it was the video we looked at. one of my first videos was heavily inspired by Devin Supertramp, where I was like,
cool.
I love what Devin's doing.
Yeah.
I think it's legit. And so I remember I found someone to pay for a bounce house, rented a bounce house, put it under someone's house, and we all just did flips off the bounce off the roof into the bounce house. This right here. I bought these little floaties from the 99-cent store.
Look at that intro.
I got the bounce, literally Devin Supertramp to a T, tried to do what he did.
Did you ever see the video where we sent this same bounce house down the ski slopes?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was probably one of the most dangerous ones we've ever done out of everything we'd done.
It would be a blast though.
It was so fun. We're just surprised we survived.
Yeah, so I did Devin Supertramp, Sam Colder, tons of inspiration when I started in film with those guys. They were the first to do, they figured out the trend before anybody's figured out the trend.
No, they definitely led the way for sure. And it's exactly why I started. I was obsessed with Devin and wanted to be him. How many? Hey.
Which is nothing crazy.
But look at that.
I think at this point I was when was this posted?
For everyone listening, he said 150,000 views.
So at this point, I'm still freshman, sophomore in high school, and I just loved film and what those guys were doing, and facilitated friends and a deal where I could promote this. It was a shirt company. I don't even remember the shirt company was, to be honest with you. And people just jumped off the roof and landed in the bounce house.
Way cool. And what's cool is you're doing it. Like, whether it's cringy, it's not good, it's not up to what, it's like, dude, you're doing it, and this is where you start. And that's what's so fun about hearing where people got started and the whole journey behind it. Because this obviously shaped to where you're at now. And talk about that next stage of your life where it's like you wanted to be like those guys, and then what led you to the next step of your life? Was it college? Was there, or was it just straight weddings? Like, I'm doing weddings.
So I did weddings, and then up until the end of high school, I kind of kept doing weddings. And do you guys go much into like faith here, LDS, or?
Yeah, it depends on whoever's on. Like, we don't leave anything out. So to talk about it.
So I was faced with that decision of, am I going to go on a mission or am I not going to go on a mission for the church? And in high school, I loved film, and my parents supported me, but they didn't support it at the same time.
Got it.
I'm a high schooler. I hate high school. I'm doing film on the weekends to make money, and I'm making decent money. It's nothing crazy. It's not life-changing. And my parents, they loved that I was passionate about something, but they didn't fully support it because it wasn't a career that their generation understood. And so I graduated high school, and I was kind of in a tiff with my parents where I was like kind of frustrated that I didn't feel the support from them. And so I packed up my Jeep. I had an old 1987 two-door Jeep. A week after high school, I packed it up and I was like, hey, I'm moving to Utah. And it was a total surprise. I was kind of mad at my parents. It was more of a pity thing where I was like, I'm just going to go and I just want to prove you guys wrong. Like I want to do something where you guys are like, okay, he can actually do it. Packed up my Jeep. I didn't know where I was going to live in Utah. The day of, I had no clue. I drove up, pulled up to a couple different apartment complexes and said, hey, do you guys have any rooms available?
No way.
And one of them said, yeah. It was like $400. And I think I had like money saved up. I had like $5,000 in my name. It was nothing crazy. And so I rented a room for a year in Utah. I moved up here because I was just like, there's so much opportunity up here. So many weddings. I'm already doing LDS weddings. I'll kill it. Moved up here, and that decision of, am I going to go on a mission route, still was kind of like back and forth in my mind. And so I moved up here and ended up not doing any film work, no weddings. And I just kind of like met friends, would film for fun on the side. And then I went to a farewell talk for one of my buddies, and it was in that, like decided in that farewell talk, I was okay, I'm going to go on a mission. And so I'll kind of fast forward because from senior year to after my mission, there really wasn't much film, and there's no journey. Like, there was nothing in my film life. I just did it for fun.
Did it stay in your mind?
It was always there. It was always something I like knew I loved, and I still did it for fun when I was here. But it was also like I'm graduated and I have no clue what I'm going to do to make money.
Yeah.
I've filmed weddings, but is that a career path?
Yeah.
I didn't know. And so it was kind of like the mission was almost a default where it was like I can go figure myself out, go on a mission, come back and figure it out.
Yeah.
So I left on my mission, brought a camera with me, didn't touch it once on my mission.
Really?
Like I took 4 pictures, carried it my whole mission, and I never used it.
Dang.
My mission president told me, he was like, you need to put it in a shoebox, put it on the shelf.
Oh yeah, put it on the shelf.
Don't use it. The old. So I put it in a shoebox, I put it on the shelf, and I didn't use my camera on my mission. But I had all these like videos and projects I'd done before, and he would always bring it up like, oh, we have this awesome kid here who likes to do film. And it would always kind of frustrate me because I was like, you told me to not do film. Don't bring up my film past, because I loved it so much. And right before I left on my mission, it was kind of that point where I was like, okay, I'm either going to go full time or I'm going to give it up.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do it again. So I finished my mission. I come home, and instantly when I come home, I'm like, okay, I need to get back into film. Like I love it. So I drove to Wells Fargo. I got a job at Chipotle.
Nice.
Job at Chipotle for 3 months in Pennsylvania, because when I was on my mission, my parents moved to Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
Huge move.
That's a big adjustment. What did you see that like you were like, I got to get back into this? There's got to be something that like sparked that, or was it like you were on your mission? You're like, when I get home, I'm doing this.
I think I was on my mission, and I just realized like this is something I love to do. Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the future. I don't know what career I'm gonna end up taking. I might as well just keep doing what I'm doing and what's working. Yeah. Like there's no reason to hesitate to switch to not keep doing film when it's working. Like it's something I love to do. It's working. I'm going to come home and I'm just going to do it. Like I'm just going to see what happens with it.
At this point, like why do you love it? Do you remember like what it was about film that was speaking to you? And is it the same today?
We watched, I think one of the moments that was like, obviously you've got the inspiration from Devin Supertramp and Sam Colder and all these people, but in I think it was English class, we watched The Great Gatsby. Yeah. And I don't know if you've watched the breakdown of the CGI.
I've seen the movie though.
The CGI on Great Gatsby is mind-blowing. Yeah. I remember watching that movie and thinking like, man, film is so inspiring. I left that movie in my English class in high school and I was like, I have to do film. Cool. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what realm I'm going to go with it, but I have to do something with a camera. Because I watched that movie and I was like, man, anything is possible. Yeah. Like you watch, it's the coolest movie in the world.
It's so good.
It's so sick. Yeah. There's so many aspects to the film that I love and that I'm like, iffy about, but I watched that and I think that was a pinnacle moment for me where I was like, film is something I want to do. Cool. Like I love film. And so, yeah, I'll kind of jump back.
Just like a short answer is you just loved it. And you couldn't quite tell at that point.
I didn't know what it was. Yeah. I loved shooting stuff, making those memories, posting them. It was something cool. It was just like, I was in high school. Mm-hmm. I played soccer, but it was like something that just made me me. Yeah. You know, I wanted to find something that I could kind of be known for, if that makes sense. And that was it.
I want to pry a little deeper.
Okay.
When you're watching these Supertramp and these Sam Colder videos, what was it what was speaking to you when you saw those videos?
Those videos, it was just like, I want to be in this.
The lifestyle?
Like Sam Colder, I was like, I want to go travel.
Okay. So
I want to travel the world and I want to.
The camera allowed him to do that. So you were like, I can see how that would be.
Camera let him do that. And Devin Supertramp did less of travel. He didn't travel as much, but he made these videos that when you watch them, it was like, life is so fun. Yeah. There's so much to life.
And that's what everyone think. Like they think they want to do the film and then they really just want that lifestyle that he was promoting. Because I remember when I joined him, it was like, this is not as I thought it was.
You're 13 hours into a day and you're like, this actually sucks.
Yeah, it's so hard.
But it was the result.
But 100%.
Like as hard as it was to create that, I was on the opposite end of what you guys were making. And what you guys were making was making my life like, it was making me look at life in a different way. Yeah. It was making me look at life at like, there's so much more to life. And I think maybe it was because I lived in such a small town that when I watched these things, I was like, there's so much more than what I'm stuck with here.
And it was also they were showing the world. Yeah. Because I remember seeing the first time I ever saw Iceland.
It was beautiful.
I was like, this is another planet. It wasn't promoted at all. And then Devin shot that documentary and it was like one of the most incredible places. And then soon after that, everyone started shooting there. And It blew up.
It turned into like a hotspot.
So it opened your mind up to like this world when we're kind of in a bubble, so to speak. And
I think it opened my eyes to, and again, I go back to Yucaipa so much, the small town I grew up in. I mean, I grew up riding BMX bikes with my buddies in a ditch and driving broken down trucks and drifting them for fun. Like that's what we would do. And we would go snowboarding in Big Bear and lived 45 minutes from the beach, and we'd go to the beach. So like it was kind of a small town where on the weekends you got out and then you came back and you were back in the small town.
Yeah.
Didn't grow up with it. There's no movie theaters, no bowling alleys. Like I grew up and there was nothing, no Chick-fil-A. There was nothing in my town.
There's nothing if you don't have Chick-fil-A.
No Chick-fil-A. Like we didn't do much.
Yeah.
We grew up not doing much. And so when I would watch these videos, it was like, wait, there's more than what's here.
Yeah.
There's more than like what I'm seeing here. And I always felt kind of like a drive to somehow chase that and to get to that. And maybe that drive, I like that question that you're asking, I've always tried to figure out in my mind is what was the drive for me to leave Yucaipa and to pursue film. And I don't know if it was a love for it or if it was I'm going to prove you wrong to my parents.
Spite.
And I don't even know if I would call it spite because my parents loved me.
Okay.
They were never like, oh, you can't do this.
Yeah.
They were just like, you should probably have a plan B.
Go all in.
And in my mind, it was like, I don't want a plan B.
Yeah.
I want a plan A. I want to stick to my plan A, and I just want to figure out how to make it work. And so I think it was more of just I know that, and I always told my parents, I know that this isn't traditional to what you guys do, but for me, it was like, I'm going to figure out a way to prove you wrong. I love you. I'm not mad at you, but I'm going to prove you wrong and show you that this is a career. This is something you can do.
Gotcha.
And so that's kind of where I guess the Devon Super Tramp, the Sam Holder, that's what those videos gave me, was the push of there's more than what I'm stuck with here. There's more than what I have.
Yeah.
And I just have to figure out how to get it.
And so you're doing it now, but like before that, you were saying that you're now, I'm trying to remember where we ended in your.
We ended in Pennsylvania.
Oh yes, that was a shocker. You moved from Utah to Pennsylvania.
So I grew up in California after high school, drove to Utah, found a place to live, lived in Utah for a year.
Went on your mission.
Went on my mission. And then when I was on my mission, my parents moved from California to Pennsylvania.
Gotcha.
So I flew home to Pennsylvania. Like I flew home to the Philly airport. And it's if you've ever flown out of the Philly airport.
I've actually never been there.
It's the ghettoest airport I think I've ever been to.
Dang.
Terrible.
All the East Coast airports
horrible.
Are so ghetto because you think about it, that's like where it started. And then when you go to Europe, like the airports are amazing.
Yeah. I will say coming from the airport from my mission though was completely different.
Yeah.
Because the airports there were horrible.
Yeah.
Like nuts. And so I came home to Philly and it was like I had a welcome sign from my parents and my siblings and that was that. And so I'll kind of pick back up at that point. I flew home to Philly with this drive, with this passion that, okay, I still want to do film. Got a job at Chipotle for like $26 an hour, $27 an hour.
That's pretty good.
And I just, I loved it. I mean, I got free lunch, free dinners. And then the same day I got a job, I went to Wells Fargo and opened up a new account, got a credit card, and then maxed out my credit card on an R6.
Nice.
And a new drone. And I was just like, I'm just going to do it. An R6 with a 24-105 f4.
Yep.
Nothing crazy. And then I took my past wedding videos while I lived in Philly and then put together 5 or 6 ads and then paid to promote those ads with that credit card. So I like maxed this thing out.
Nice.
I think I had $7,000 on this credit card and I spent all $7,000. I built out some contracts for weddings, wanted to build a little more legit way of making money. I knew I could make money with weddings. I didn't know how.
Yeah.
I knew how, I just didn't know how because I hadn't done them for 2 years. And so I put together my old wedding videos, made 6 or 7 short form ads. I posted those and then promoted them in Utah. So I paid to promote them in Utah. And then from those ads, I booked 8 or 9 weddings. I remember it was like within 2 weeks, I'd booked a couple weddings in Utah.
What was your sales process at that point?
I had 0 sales process.
So like they responded to your ads and you'd jump on a phone call?
Not even a phone call yet.
Really?
Respond to my ads. I'd send over my pricing. And I think at that time I was like, I just need to get out of Philly.
Yeah.
I'm going to charge $2,000.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna take a drink.
Go for it.
I'm coming over this little cold.
No, dude, it's that time of year, as they say, it's going around.
So I ran those ads, no sales process. They'd reach out. I'd tell them I charged $2,000, and then I would send a contract, take a little deposit, $500, and then I booked the ones I booked, packed back up, move it out to Utah so I could shoot those weddings that I did.
Nice. So you moved back.
So I moved to Philly after like 2.5 months, 3
Gotcha.
months. Moved back to Utah.
Yeah.
And then that's really where I'd say like my wedding career started,
Yeah.
took off.
What did you see though that I'm always curious about how you got the idea to run ads or create ads? Like, did you take some kind of a course or were you following anybody?
I just did it.
Yeah.
I just saw
What was this, 2015, 2016?
No, went on my mission in 2019, came home in 2020.
Oh, so that picture you showed us before your wedding or your,
Yes. Yeah.
you shot weddings after the mission and before the mission.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So 2021 came home, moved to Utah in 2020.
You're so young.
Yeah.
I can't even believe,
crazy.
like, I'm like, but back in the early teens, it was like, that was so long ago for you. For me, I'm like, that's
I look at it, I'm like, holy, it feels forever for me too.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it for me, man. Those are the golden years. But so 21, you came back and you started pushing your career hard.
Yeah. Maxed a credit card.
Got to Utah.
I moved to Utah with like 5 weddings booked.
Okay.
Like contracts signed. I had a couple inquiries for later weddings, and
Nice.
I didn't really know where it was going to go. I just moved out here with the camera I'd bought, and then decided I was just going to go for it.
Cool.
So moved out here. And then at the same time, I was like, I'm just going to go to BYU. I applied to BYU, didn't get in. Obviously 2.9. I got 18 on my ACT.
Yeah.
I knew. My mom was like, oh, just apply. And I was like,
Yeah.
Mom, there's no way I'm getting into BYU.
Yeah.
So I went to the BYU, like not the business. They offer some program in Salt Lake to help you get in.
Okay.
I forget what it's called.
Yeah. No
Do you guys know what it's called? Yeah. The Flex program.
Nice.
I was stoked. I was like, oh, this will help me get in BYU. I literally went to half of one semester, paid $8,000 to go to half of one semester. And then halfway through, I was like, I hate this.
Yeah.
College is just not for me. Like school was just not for me.
Yeah.
English class. I was taking like these basic classes that would help me get into BYU. And it was in those classes, I was like, this is so pointless for me to do.
Yeah.
Like, I already know how to film. There's a big need for film. Why don't I just go for it? Like, there's no reason to not push it. And
So before college, you were thinking college was going to put you on a different track or?
I was just thinking plan B.
Okay.
Again, I'm like, I didn't want a plan B, but it put my parents at ease. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it just to see what could happen with
Film
it.
doesn't work. You can fall back on that.
Yeah.
That diploma.
I kind of, my mindset was ad lab.
Yeah.
If I could get into the BYU ad lab, I could do film, get a degree with the ad lab, and it would help further my career.
Sure. I've had a lot of people from that program. I didn't know it was a program until this podcast. It's a pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that came from it.
It's the top ad, I don't know, programs in the States.
Lots of talented people coming out.
Amazing people.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to go into that. I
Yeah.
think that'd be legit. I could barely get through the Flex program. There's no way I'm going to get to BYU.
Yeah.
So I just dropped out. I realized there's no way I'm going to make it through. I just didn't see a benefit from college.
Yeah.
Didn't do college. And while I was in the Flex program, a position opened up at a starting up solar company to do film for them, so marketing. And so I applied and went in and interviewed with them. And so I was doing the weddings I had booked, and then I got this position with this solar company.
What was the solar company?
Kin.
Yeah.
Kin Home.
Oh yeah.
I worked with the greatest people.
Cool.
Corey Fazant. I always forget how to say his name. I botch it every time. Corey, Steven Anderson, which Steven worked at Vivint for a while.
I'm not sure. Is Taylor Burnett there still? He just went. I think he just switched. Yeah.
Kin did?
Well, we worked
Oh,
at Lumio.
100% they ripped the Lumio logo.
Yeah, so we were, I'm very familiar with all the companies, but not a lot of the people outside of Lumio. But I loved Kin's social media. They were like,
It was
they
legit.
crushed it. Yeah,
We wanted to take the kind of the approach of like Essentials, the
Yeah.
clothing brand.
Yeah.
Very minimalistic, very kind of like travel, very fun. I kind of came in and told him, let's start doing more travel stuff.
Cool.
Introduced that Sam Colder vibe to
Yeah.
the solar company. And they loved it.
How long were you there?
Um,
You would have been there while I was at Lumio then.
yeah, I was 2 years, I think.
There's one video that stands out in my mind where you were on the top of one of the Salt Lake buildings. And it was like a super fisheye lens, like it was like music video. Wondering if you shot that.
It probably wasn't me.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
You guys shot things that were very, very fashiony, like really cool.
Yeah, that was probably right before I went in.
Okay.
It wasn't.
It was like 21.
Yeah.
22.
So I was there from, probably like 22.
Okay.
Probably like, I should have looked this up. Probably like 22 to 23 and halfway through 2023. That's when I was at Ken.
And so you're working there, but you're also doing weddings.
So working
Weddings
there.
starting to.
Weddings were slowly picking up.
Okay.
I'm working at Ken. Weddings are picking up. I'm booking more and more. And then I was kind of stuck between weddings got so busy. It was either all in on weddings or a full-time position that was stable.
Yeah.
And my dumb self, I don't have a college degree. I just dropped out. I'm like, I'm going to go stable. I want stable. I want something that's going to be 100%. My parents will be proud. They'll be stoked. I made it with film. Sweet. I'm making 45 grand a year.
Yeah.
And I have benefits.
Yeah.
I remember calling my dad and I was like, you won't believe it. Like, I've got medical, I've got dental, I've got 401k. In my mind, I don't even know what the freak 401k is.
Yeah.
But my dad was pumped.
Yeah.
So I thought I made it. And then I quickly realized, like, oh man, I'm in a rat race.
Yeah.
Waking up at 8:30 to get to work.
Yep.
I'm leaving at 8 p.m. every night. I don't love film anymore. I'm only doing projects for other people. I don't even like the projects we're working on. I don't have any say in what we're shooting. I edit it how I usually would like to edit it, and they don't like it. There's like a complete shift of, like, I'm doing what I love, but it's not what I love.
Yeah. You're a button pusher at that point. You're doing what other people are telling you.
I was just a robot. I was doing what they wanted me to do, and it sucked because I'd given up. I finished all my contracts with weddings. I was all full in with doing W-2. I was pumped about it. And then I realized I hated it. And so I didn't want to do it anymore. So I quit.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done with W-2. I'm not going to do it. And then decided I was going to do freelance because picking up weddings was going to be too tough. So I stopped doing weddings, only did W-2. Then I went to freelance for just businesses and brands. And then in that transition of businesses and brands, I was like, I need to get back into weddings. Weddings is where I made the most money.
Yeah.
There wasn't as much hassle. There wasn't as much stress. I can definitely make it with weddings.
So at that point, obviously the money's good. You've got an understanding of how to do it and scale it, or at least get more jobs. What about weddings did you like? Was it just the money, or did you? Because I shot a lot of weddings back in my day. And it wasn't something I wanted to get stuck in, essentially.
Yeah.
You kept going back
well, and
to it.
that's kind of the funny part that I've realized is, like, people think of weddings as like, oh, you're just a wedding.
And dude, Jaden said the same thing when she was on here. She's like, I don't want to just be known as a wedding videographer, but like,
I want to.
yeah. And then she didn't say that. She does want to be known similar to you, right? It was something like that. Because that was the first time I'd heard that. It's so true. Like, everyone thinks you don't, like, oh, you don't want to be that. It's like, dude, there are people that actually want to be known for that.
and
And then when you are, you're the guy.
People look down on weddings like, oh, you don't actually know how to film. And I'm like, listen, I deal with DBs. I have to understand audio balancing. I have to understand XLR ins, XLR outs between the DJ and my recording systems.
Mm-hmm.
I have to understand the 180-degree rule, f-stop, aperture, ISO, native ISO base. I have to understand compositions of film just like anybody else does. And you have to do it on the go.
And it's high pressure.
There's no time to set up. There's no time to check your lighting. There's no time for anything.
Yeah.
When you're a wedding filmmaker, it's like, I'm not going to argue it's harder than doing what other people do, directors and commercial stuff, because that's hard, but it's very on the go. You have no time to set stuff up. And so when people look down on wedding filmmakers, I'm like, I'd like to see you go shoot a wedding.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see how it turns out.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. And anyone that talks to me about that, like, should I do weddings? Should I not? Or should I keep doing weddings?
Yeah.
I'm like, I did weddings. It was similar to you. It was the first thing that I got paid for. And I did a ton of them for a long time. And I just always had a different end goal for myself.
Yeah.
But I knew that this was going to get me there. And so when people ask me that, I tell them exactly what you're saying. I'm like, kid, all the weddings I shot, there's nothing that's going to teach you more faster because it's high pressure, high stakes. You have to be able to compose, change your ISO, aperture, shutter all within seconds to get these shots as they're happening. You can't miss them. You're running multiple cameras at the same time.
I mean, it's the person's one day.
Yeah.
It's not like we can say, hey,
exactly.
we need to remap or re-meet. We need to re-meet and reshoot this one.
Yeah, you can't.
It's like you've got to nail the shot on the mark that it's going to happen. Someone's coming out of the temple. Someone's coming down the aisle. You got to know, okay, I know how to get the shot.
Yeah, and it's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
And if you do it the way that you're doing it now, it takes the right person to be able to do it really, really, really well.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people can shoot them, but like to get to a point where I think you're at, where it's what you love to do and you do it so well and it's super cinematic, that's not easy. Like I would say that's more difficult than having the time to set up a shot, right? It's a different hard.
It is and that's the thing. I never want to say that in like I'm looking down or talking bad about it.
It's just different.
Film, no matter what aspect you're doing, is a difficult thing.
Yeah.
It bugs me when people say, when you're a wedding filmmaker, you're not actually a filmmaker.
Yeah.
You're just a videographer who goes and shoots people's weddings. But
people really think that these days?
Yeah.
Really?
It's still a pretty popular thing.
Is it a social media thing? People are behind their keyboards?
I think it's a social media thing, and it's also just like a pride thing.
Yeah.
When you look at the business behind weddings, it's genius.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about one day you can charge someone $9,000.
Yeah.
And you show up with 4 or 5 cameras, you shoot their wedding, and if you're smart, you send it to an editor, and an editor edits it. And you have an editor who you use, who you trust, who uses all your coloring that you work back and forth with. If you're a filmmaker, you just made $8,000 in one day of shooting.
Yeah.
And there's 50 weekends in a year. If you're really good and you're fully booked out, you have the potential to make $450,000 a year.
Yeah.
If you're good enough. And so it's like, I don't know any other position in film where you could make that much money. Or if you want, you work 20 days a year.
Mm-hmm.
You charge $10,000 and you make $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, and kind of going back to getting back into weddings, I never had an end goal with weddings. Like I've never, and I still don't. I still don't have this is where I want to get to. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know my end goal. It's something I like to do. I like them because it's high pressure. You meet cool people. You have to work fast. I get to touch a camera. I get to film. I get to have multiple cameras going. I can get creative with it. There's never really been an end goal. It's just been, it works. Why not keep doing it?
It's really, really cool. I had Jaden on here, but you're one of the people that would consider that you consider yourself, you're a wedding filmmaker.
Yeah.
And so you're the first person I've talked to, and it's really cool to hear this perspective where it's like, this is what I do. And then the business model behind it is really interesting too. And I'm curious to hear, as you started to get more weddings and you started to promote yourself, what are you doing at this point to promote your weddings? Is it just primarily Instagram?
Only Instagram.
Cool.
Never pay for ads.
Very cool.
Yeah, I ran ads for a little bit because everyone does them.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to test them and see how they do. And I had some success with ads, but just not enough where I was like, it's not worth paying $500, $600, $1,000 a month to get a couple weddings. And so I just kind of hit hard on Instagram, social media. I was like, my mindset was, how can I take moments from this person's day and create something that other people want to experience? Because if you can post that on social media, it'll get shares. And if you get shares, it'll get to one person who needs a wedding videographer. And then if it gets to one person who needs it, it'll get to another. Yeah. If it gets to another, it's a whole, it's a sales cycle. 1 million views is 100 people who reach out, and 100 people who reaches out is one person booked.
Yeah.
I don't know my exact numbers, but it's the same thing. You knock on doors.
Yeah.
10 of them will open, 1 will buy.
Yeah.
And so
the law of averages. That
was kind of my mindset with social media, is how can I take someone's wedding day? How can I capture those best moments, the best moments they're experiencing, and then share those in a way that other brides and grooms who are about to get married can see that? How can I get something in front of those people's eyes?
Cool.
And I just I don't know what the moment was for me where I was like, okay, this is what I should be sharing. But it was like, how can I share the content from the wedding day that a mom or a sister or a brother or a groom is going to share with the bride?
Yeah.
Because if you can get your video in front of the bride, I'd probably say it's a 50-50 chance they're going to reach out if they need a wedding videographer. Yeah. And if I can do that over and over and over again, I can book more weddings.
Right.
And so that was kind of my mindset with social media is, how can I take my weddings, film them in a better way that not only is it a better way for the bride and groom to rewatch their film, but how can I promote that to promote my business as well?
Cool. So let's give some listeners that are intrigued by all this a little bit of insight into your sales process now. Like, what does it look like? The contracts, the onboarding, the delivery, all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's changed from when I first started.
I want to hear about where it's now.
So now my sales process is pretty extensive compared to what I've seen.
Yeah. Is that okay for you to share?
Absolutely.
Cool.
I don't show my pricing online.
Okay, that's fine.
Ever.
Yeah, no, I don't think you should. I think that should be on a phone call.
Do you want me to just start like sales process start to finish?
Yeah.
So a person will see a video, direct them to the website. They can go through who I am, how I got started, just basic info. And then on there is an inquiry form, and it's an inquiry form for either a bride and a groom or for a planner. And I separate the two because usually planners need a different proposal than the bride and groom do. The bride and groom want to know more about me, and I want to build that trust with the bride and groom. Whereas planners, they just want to know the number. They don't give a crap who I am.
Yeah.
They're reaching out because they've seen my work. They like my work. They think their client will like my work. Now they just need to know, do I fit within the budget? So I have it separated because two people want two different things, and I want to just deliver to the planner exactly what they want to see. So they reach out. I build out a customized proposal for whichever one it is. And then in that proposal, it also has a contract, an invoice, and the contract it's an extensive contract on whatever. Most contracts.
The main thing is that you want to be able to promote yourself on Instagram.
Yeah, I promote myself. You can't sue me in X, Y, and Z scenarios. Yeah. I can't come after you in X, Y, Z scenario. Like the basics of a contract. So they'll schedule a call with me after going through my proposal, and then after my proposal, I send them an official proposal. And the official proposal is where I'm saying, okay, this is everything we've talked about in our call. I built out this package that's unique for just you based off of what you're wanting and what I feel you need in the day. And then on the side, I also add another package, right? Add just a little bit more. Or I'm like, based off what we've talked about, I also think maybe you could benefit from this contract or this package as well, giving you extra things here and there.
Upsell.
And so I send that over to them. They can select their package. They can confirm it. They can sign the contract and put a deposit down right there. And then after that, I go through various different calls with them. I do an intro call, a 6-month, a 3-month, and 1 month. So it's like 4 calls that, we talk a little bit about the wedding day, but for me, it's more, I want to show up to the wedding day and I want to be your friend.
Yeah.
I want you to know me. I want you to be excited to have me. I want your investment to feel worth it to you because you're paying a high ticket. It's not like this was a cheap investment. This was an expensive investment. And when I show up, I want you to know who I am.
Cool.
I want you to trust who I am and trust that I can capture your day. And so that's why I do those 4 calls, because the intro call is like, let's get these basic things out of the way. What airport should I fly into? Because all my weddings now are outside of Utah. I don't do anything in Utah anymore unless it's Park City, Heber, like these bigger venues. And so get on an intro call, talk about the basics. And then the other 3 calls are just, let's just talk. Let's get to know yourself.
Yeah.
Like, tell me about your story. What are some videos you've seen that you love? What are some things that you've seen that you hate? Like, what do you not want to do?
Yeah.
What are poses you've seen that you love? What are poses that you've seen that you hate? I'm always asking questions to really get to know the bride and groom so that when I show up on the wedding day, they're so stoked that I'm there.
Finally, we get to meet you in person.
Exactly. And a lot of times now with brides and grooms, it's in a state that I'm going to be in for another wedding. And so when I go out, I let them know and I try to meet up with lunch with them. Like multiple brides and grooms that I have for next year, I've already met them. I've been to their state for a wedding or for travel. And I'm like, let's go to lunch for 2 hours. Like, let's meet.
Yeah.
Let's build a connection. I think Utah's built this perception on wedding films of, well, it's just a highlight video.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a wedding film is so much deeper than just a highlight video. It's like, how can I capture someone's day so that when they watch it back, they cry when they're crying in the film.
Mm-hmm.
They laugh when they're laughing in the film. They feel the exact emotion that they felt in that moment at their wedding day. Like there's so much more to a wedding day than I think a lot of filmmakers here in Utah don't realize that they can capitalize on.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can capture a way differently that benefits them, but also benefits the bride and groom. And so that's like the ultimate goal with the calls and with meeting up is, how can I get to know you so that when I show up on your wedding day, I know how I can capture your day so you're going to watch it back and be so excited with what you see.
That's amazing. I'm sold. So
when you get married,
when I get married again.
You just want to renew
I'll
your
just
vows.
renew my vows. But no, I love what you're saying, and I've never actually heard of a wedding filmmaker doing that to a point of creating a relationship, because I've walked into a room where you haven't met, you've done a phone call and you shoot the video, and it takes a good hour to like, finally they're like, you're so great, we love working with you. But there's a little bit of that like, this is expensive and he's here and the mom and dad are like, we're paying for this. And anyway, you can build up that. So building this like relationship, and it's so in line with what I teach and what I'm all about, which is like treating your client like friends and getting to a point where it's not transactional. It's like, dude, you need what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And I want to provide that to you. And so let's become friends while we do it and make it a good experience, because ultimately they're going to perform better when your camera's on.
It's hard to take, especially as a service-based business. It's really difficult to remove the transaction between being friends and it being a transactional
especially
relationship.
At that price.
It is. Yeah. I mean, my highest package is $23,000 for a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
And it's a huge investment.
Yeah.
But it's priced at that point because I'm bringing 2 videographers with me.
Yeah.
I'm having a dedicated editor who each day after your wedding, you're going to get a little teaser of what we just shot.
Amazing.
I've got a dedicated drone person, dedicated audio person, and each person comes with roles of what they're going to be shooting. It's not like we're just showing up to shoot a wedding.
Yeah.
Like we're meeting before your wedding and we're brainstorming. These are the shots I want you to get. These are the shots I want you to get. These are the shots I want you to get. You're on this camera. You're on this camera. You're on this camera. Like that's, I mean, it's hard to remove the transaction because people don't see the behind the scenes work that goes into it. But that changed. I mean, I would say building that sales funnel of different emails they get. Like right after someone books, they get an email saying, thanks so much. I'm so honored to be the one that you selected out of hundreds of people you could have chosen to be there on your wedding day to film for you. Like it's
cool.
Beyond excited to be part of your wedding day. And then in that same email, they have a section where they can schedule an intro call whenever they're free.
Cool.
And I mean, it's just, I've tried to do as much as I can from start to finish, A to Z, to create a friendship over that transaction.
Cool.
To kind of like blanket the money that had to be there to have me there, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. It gets to a point where when you're with that client, it's like, oh, that was so worth it.
Yeah.
Just because it's our one day, we get one shot at this.
Yeah.
If he sucks, she sucks, then that sucks. Where it's like, that's almost invaluable. Well, and so if you can actually promote that, even if they can see that in a way before even the call, it makes it that much easier for someone to pull the trigger.
And those calls, ideally, I love meeting up in person.
Yeah.
It's like we can be face to face, we can chat, get the awkwardness out of the way.
Yeah.
It's like the awkwardness of first meeting someone.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is awkward, let's just embrace it.
Yeah.
And on the wedding day, I'd like to just completely remove that.
Totally.
You don't want any awkwardness on the wedding day. And so it's like, that's what all those calls are for. How can I ask questions to break the awkwardness before we get to your wedding day? So that when we get there, you're just like, oh, it's just my buddy. He just brought his camera.
Yeah. Dude, how many times have I walked into it always starts in the makeup room.
Yeah.
It's the first time I'm meeting the bride.
She's in a see-through dress.
She's half dressed.
Thong.
Makeup's half on. Hi, nice to meet you. Cool. I'm going to get some close-ups of, you know, what's going on. And
Exactly.
and so that's pretty smart. I love that. I was going to ask you, do you have a demo reel for your weddings? Like a highlight reel?
I do. My website cover is kind of, if you go to YouTube.
I'd like to see some of your
this is kind of like what I'd say my show reel is.
Cool. So what's your setup like these days?
Oh man.
I guess if you're solo shooting.
It is always changing.
I was good. Okay. Loaded question.
People there's addictions
Yeah.
in life. People have bad addictions.
You're
some
just
good
camera gear.
addictions. I'd say mine is a mix between bad and good.
Yeah.
Where I spend way too much on camera gear. So my setup is always changing.
It's changing. Does that make you nervous? When I find something that I know, it takes me a hard time. It takes me a while to change because I can be fast.
My go-to setup has been a C80, Canon C80.
Okay.
With the 24-105.
Yeah.
Shinobi monitor 2.
Yep.
And then V-mount battery. And then what are they called? Sennheiser MK600.
Are you shooting on a stabilizer or are you
all handheld?
Handheld? Dude, the cameras are amazing these days.
Always handheld. What's hard, I will say this, C80 doesn't have IBIS. Yeah. And so there is that draw where I'm looking for a camera that has IBIS.
Yeah.
So I can have it in the lens and in the body.
Yeah.
So handheld makes it easier. Yeah. It's just, you can't find everything. It's the hardest thing.
He just got,
He just got 2R6 Mark III.
Yes, and he gave it to me and I'm walking around with it because I use the R5 with the 28-70 that doesn't have an image stabilizer and then the camera does. And I can get super smooth shots because I'm all about handheld as well. You add that, dude, it takes no skill, not to knock on, you know.
No, I mean, he's got a full-on stabilizer in his hands, basically.
Your hands are, it's just amazing what the technology is turning into. I mean, even your phones have amazing stabilizers.
Nuts. I just bought the C50.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Way cool.
Craziest camera. Again, it doesn't have IBIS, but I still bought it.
Yeah.
I had to.
You just have to.
Are
you a tech guy then?
I bought 3 of them.
You're a tech guy.
V1. I bought 1 of them. It's like, it releases, I have to get it.
Yeah.
But,
and why is that? Is that you want to try it, or is it just like I need to just look at it? Like I need to try to shoot a wedding on it?
I want to try it, and I'm not dumb. I'm not just buying the new stuff that comes out. There's always a thought process before purchasing gear.
Thank goodness. I was worried.
But the R50Vs were like, okay, I have a podcast room, 4K, 30 and 23 for $400 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
They don't overheat when you have a fan on the back. It's like, doesn't get any better than that. And so for those, it was like, it made sense.
Yeah.
And then those are also great for weddings.
Yeah.
They're light cameras I can put as a bride and a groom and as a wide shot to cover the whole ceremony. For $400, I'm getting 4K 30 and it's cropped. So with a 70-200, it's really like a 140 to 300, which is so awesome.
Yep.
Crisp, beautiful image. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And so I just love gear. You get a new gear, you open the box, it's like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah. Dude, I haven't bought new gear in a minute.
I wish I had that problem. I wish I was right
there. We have a lot of gear that we use now, but I find what I like, and it's going to take me a minute to change. Everyone's been trying to get me to get on the Sony train.
I was a bit.
And now I'm not. I'm ready to, because, his camera's sick. In fact, I noticed, did you shoot the behind the scenes on the intro on your camera? The BTS intro TM reel? I noticed. I was like, this looks good. Ooh. Not many people can see it, but oh my gosh, I noticed when it's these new sensors.
It's crazy.
They just have a character to them.
It blows my mind. People are always like, and I've had this happen at weddings where I show up and I'm on Canon and someone's like, oh, I have the FX3.
Yeah.
Like, why are you still on Canon?
Yeah. It's
like,
changed,
dude, you have
within
no
like
clue.
a few months.
Like the FX3 is great.
Yeah. Of course.
We are entering a completely different realm of cameras.
Yeah.
Where, and I hate to say it, but if Sony doesn't catch up, I won't say they'll get left behind, but they're They're like right on that line. They're on the fine line of they need to release something that's going to keep up with what's just been released.
Yeah.
Some of the even the Nikon Red.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
I know. I want that camera. It's so little.
For $2,000.
I just wish it did photos, but I guess because I'm like, dude, it's basically a DSLR.
Have you seen the new C50?
No.
40 frames per second photos.
Okay.
35 megapixel. Beautiful image. Internal RAW shoots. Open gate 7K. I mean, the cameras are just this isn't part of my journey. But
well, the first time I noticed that this shift was happening, because everyone's been on me about the Sony. And I have like a bunch of Canons, all Canon lenses, the Reds. We use Canon lenses on the Reds. And then Bryson was on here, Bryson Kelch.
I love Bryson.
And he's like, Sony, bro, right? Yeah, he was a Sony guy. And then the comments responding to him talking about that was interesting.
When I was
like, oh, wait, what? Wait, what's Canon doing?
Here's the thing is all the brands are crazy.
Yeah.
And I literally just made a video about this where it's like, I'm not Canon nor Sony nor Red or Nikon.
Yeah.
My mindset is, what did you start on? Have you kept with it? And is it working for you? Because you get to a point where it's like changing, you lose money.
Yeah.
You're spending more money. And if it's working for you, why would you shift?
Yeah.
Why would you change? There's no reason to go lose money just for a new brand.
Yeah, it's the cool thing to do for sure.
There's no reason.
Yeah.
Like if you've done it, if you have the gear, if you have no drawbacks and it's working for you, just stick with it.
Yeah. I like that mindset because that's exactly how I've thought. I'm like, we have 4 R5s. I'm like, I have all these lenses. How do I switch?
You know it.
And
you
I know
it's
it.
work.
Yeah.
It's reliable.
So stick with what you started with, I think is really smart. Because everything, I think it's like boats. This is a great analogy. It's like once 2023 came, all boats were great.
Yeah.
And now I think they're probably getting better at this point, but it was like anything under that, it was like no, the bilge, all that stuff wasn't there. So it's like cameras, I think we're just getting to this point where everything's so good, and it really takes, it's hard. No one on social media cares what you're shooting when they see an image. They just think it's beautiful. If you've exposed it right, you've lit it well, the composition's good.
No one's even gonna know if your shutter speed's right.
Oh yeah.
It takes
unless it's skipping.
Filmmaker, and a crazy DP, to know his shutter speed's too high.
Yeah.
There's one person I know. Do you know Pierce Twos?
Oh, he's a DP.
He's DP here in Utah.
Yeah, he works with Bryson Southworth.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah, I need to have him on. Bryson keeps telling me that.
He is, I would argue, I'm not going to say it. In my opinion, I think he's the greatest person here in Utah.
Okay. DP.
On
just
person. He's not only just a good guy and good to be around and fun, but his work is phenomenal. And the other reason I bring it up is because I was showing him a video and he was like, your shutter speed's too high.
Yeah.
I was like, how'd you know? And he taught me, like, you can see how sharp the movements are.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would have never noticed that, but he notices it.
Yeah. I did that a few times with Ben, even on frame rates. I noticed the frame rate. If someone shoots at 30 versus 23, it's like super obvious to me. But I need to have Pierce on. He's been in the studio a couple of times. He did did you ever see that Red Wall video? Yeah. Okay. I feel like everyone's seen that.
Everyone has seen it.
He shot the video that they were doing that for.
Yep.
But anyway, I think I really want to talk about, you've got 2 brands right now.
Yeah.
You've got this Instagram that is for weddings, and then you've got, would you say, your personal or Connelly Films? Like, what's this one doing? And it seems to be doing well because it's like super focused on your office.
It's just gear.
Yeah.
I have this habit where it's like, I don't know if it's because I'm ADHD or OCD.
You are a big tech guy. Now that I'm realizing your content.
Dude.
Yeah, dude, this is all coming together now. All of a sudden, I'm like, yes, you do have a problem.
Way too much crap. Way too much. Did I need the C50? No, not one bit. But I'm like, I've got this habit of, I don't want to mix. I know a lot of people who do film are like, I'm going to mix my weddings and I'm going to mix my commercial and I'm going to mix this. Like,
yeah, that's a recipe for non-growth, to be completely honest. Niching is so important on social media.
Got to niche down.
You need a voice.
So I have 3 different pages. I've got this page, which is my gear page, where I posted one video. I think it was like my 4th or 5th video. If you go to the Reels section really quick, Ben, and then go to the 5.5 million or 5.9. So this was like my I don't know, 4th or 5th video I posted on this page. I started this page just as a way to showcase the build of my office, my gear, my studio. And then this video overnight blew up. I think in one night it had like 1.4 million views.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. It's a great hook. And then you know that every
so simple
camera guy is like, oh.
And that was my thing. So I posted this and I realized this is a perfect page for gear. I've overspent on all my gear.
Yeah.
I've built out a decently cool office that people would like. I'm going to use this hook over and over and over again. If you watch 50%, 75% of my videos, it starts with me walking to these drawers and opening up these drawers. Yeah. And now it's turned to, now I'm talking about what I'm going to talk about in one of the drawers. And it works every time. Granted, they're not all getting 1 million views, 5 million, 6 million views, but they're averaging 30,000 views. And so my mindset with this was people love gear. Mm-hmm. When you see gear, if you're a gearhead, you're just like, oh, I need that. It
has a feeling when you see that drawer open.
And like, so I wanted to create a page where I could just talk about gear, how I organize things, what I'm using, why I'm using it, what I'm buying, why I'm buying it. I mean, I don't know, 15, 14 years ago when I started doing film, I wish I would have had a place where I could just like look at gear and see what I can do and why I should buy it. Yeah. Which granted, there's so many pages who do it.
Yeah.
I'm nothing special, but I figured why not do it? I have all the gear and maybe it could benefit someone. Yeah. Maybe it could help someone figure out what they should buy.
It's funny because I'm not a gearhead, and I like Ben's pushing me to build out a sick office or sick camera room. We need to get it done just so we can now do stuff like this. But what is it? It's close. Yeah, maybe we need to paint it. We need to paint it black.
You guys have the gear for it.
Yeah, we need to paint it black. We'll have you come look at it and you can give us some thoughts.
You totally have the stuff for it.
But I'm like, I just don't care about gear, and so like it's really cool that like you have all this stuff and there is a world for it, and it just like when I see it, it's just like gives you that feeling, right?
Well, and this is like I built this whole studio and space out as a way of like, I feel like as a creative, it gets so easy to get lazy. Mm-hmm. I don't know, because you've got a job on the weekend. Weekdays you just sit on your couch and you edit.
Yeah.
And then when you're done with your edit, it's like, oh well, I don't have a job for a month.
Yeah.
I wanted to build a space where it was like I was inspired when I walked in. And so when I built the office, when I built the space, I built it in a way that when I walked in, even though it's my stuff, I get inspired by it. Yeah. Or I'm like,
you want to create?
I want to create something. Yeah. I'm inspired in here. I feel like there's so much I could be doing. I need to just go do it. And so that's really why I built the spot, was because for my personal self, I didn't want to sit in my bed and my couch and edit.
Yeah.
I'm down to pay X amount of money to have a space where I can store my gear and be inspired and feel creative when I walk in there. That was worth it for me.
100%. No, that I can relate to. That's exactly how I built my office. I'm trying to get to a point where I can give everyone else a dope office. Trying to. But I've got I set up my office for the same exact reason. I could work at home. I've got an office at home, but it's like, I want to be here. I want to be inspired. I want to, when I'm here, it's like I'm dialed and it's where I want to be. But yeah, we'll have you come take a look at our gear room, but painting it black would be sweet. I think that'd be really cool.
It makes it cool.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah. Cause it's just white matting walls. So what's your other page?
So I've got this one, and then I have, my wedding one obviously is like where I post all my wedding stuff. And then I guess we can start here. So then I have this page. This is just my personal. I wanted a spot where when I travel, I can make reels.
Yeah.
And make them cool. Very like, you know who Kyle Nutt is?
Yeah.
I love Kyle Nutt.
Yeah.
I think he is a phenomenal DP as well.
Yeah, he's so good.
So inspired by his work.
We had Nate Taylor in here.
They're the coolest dudes. And so I wanted a page where I could kind of just showcase my travels, a little more cinematic than normal.
Yeah.
Fun things I'm doing, my friends, my family, my wife. Like,
no kids yet?
No kids yet. No, we're definitely waiting.
It makes me a little jealous to like see a personal cinematic page.
Yeah.
Because I did it, and then as soon as I had kids, it just completely went to phone.
And I'm sure it will. At some point it will, and it'll turn into like not as cinematic.
Because you're not holding a camera anymore, you're holding a child. It's so different.
But for the meantime, I wanted a page that I could post things I'm doing that aren't work. Because like if I post this on my gear page,
No,
it's not going to fit in. It doesn't make any sense. If I post this on my wedding page, it doesn't fit in. It's not. Why is a bride and groom going to hire me for seeing a drone shot in Switzerland? They're not. It doesn't
it's
make
cool
any
that
sense.
you've been able to niche down and have pages that actually have grown quickly. It was Carter Hogan that was like, this was probably only 2 years ago, if not less. He's like, what are you doing, man? Like, I'm a little confused because Tyson J. Henderson is my more popular page, and it's what I used to post on all my videos, all my super tramps, all my travels.
Yeah.
The kids, everything was just kind of this mess of my life into one page. And then I started Tyson Media because that was my company. And it was just like our work. And it was just like, just our work. And it was just this confusion between the two. And then Carter was the one that's like, dude, you gotta get a voice for each of these. And I just had this hard, like, well, I have a following on my personal. It's hard to just start.
Switch.
So I did that, and it was like immediate. My family page just went nuts, and then we're just starting to get traction on my film page.
I feel like the quicker you can niche down,
Yeah.
the faster you can fall into your niche.
Yeah.
And what you want to do. I mean, granted, I say that and I still don't know what I want to do. I mean, I'm 26. I've done film for 13 years now.
Yeah.
I love it. But I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know what the goal is. But I love it. I've niched down to the 3 pages. I've got that one, my wedding one, and the gear one. And I don't know what the future is.
Yeah.
To be totally honest with you, I know a lot of people are like, this is my end goal.
Yeah.
I could list off 4 things I'd love my end goal to be. I'd love to create a film like Great Gatsby. I'd love to be a director. I'd love to do what Kyle Nutt does. I'd love to do what Pierce does. I'd love to do what you're doing. You know, there's like, I'd love to build a big business, but I don't know exactly what it is yet. And I'm kind of just doing day by day. I just kind of do stuff and see where it's going to go.
And I was going to say, it's not about what you're doing. It's about that you're doing it. And it can just, it's being consistent too, I think, is important. Staying in a lane and being consistent, and then let the opportunities come, because there's going to be things that come along, like Lumio, for example. When it came along, I was full bore on this business, and then this opportunity comes and it pulled me away for a minute, and then came right back and realized it just kind of solidifies what you want to do. So as you get these other pages going, it's like, I kind of am enjoying this more. You'll start to drift that direction.
And that's kind of why I started it. I was like, if I like this gear page and if it works, I'll keep going with it.
Yeah.
I'd love to work with some brands. I mean, it's always been lifelong. Ever since I started on Canon, first camera Canon, and I've been Canon devoted ever since. I'd love to at some point somehow work with Canon.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a huge, cool thing to do.
Yeah.
But is it like my end all be all? I'm like, no, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It would just be really cool if it happened.
Well, it's all about the journey, man. It's not the destination. That's why we're called a filmmaker's journey, because I'm excited to see where you go.
Yeah.
And we're just going to, this is my favorite part. We're friends now.
Yeah.
I know you, and I'm excited to watch you and root for you along the way and see where this journey goes.
I appreciate it.
Between the 3 pages. I'm going to go follow your personal one now.
Connelly.
Yeah. And then, so you kind of answered the question, but before I get to that question, right now, what is your life like at this point? You're doing these 3 things.
Yeah.
What would you say your main focus is? And it kind of will lead to that, where are you going?
Yeah.
Which you kind of already said, I don't know, but you've got to have at least some
direction.
You've got to think, where's your mind at now? What are you doing right now that's going to take you down this road? What's life like?
I mean, my main focus is weddings.
Yeah.
What's life like? Right now, it's like I've got my whole next year booked out, and
that's like what, weekly?
30 weddings for next year.
Very cool. Amazing.
So I've got 30 booked out for next year. I'm capping it at 30.
You're capping. That's cool.
And the direction, what am I doing? Again, the answer is I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to do. I think I've found and I've realized like I'm more entrepreneurial than I think I am. I want to be a director or a DP. Like I love business problems, and like when it came to building my wedding business, I wanted to build it in a way, kind of like I said, is how can I create a customer experience from start to finish or the customer, the bride and groom, has a great experience from start to finish.
Yeah. It's really well done.
They get into it and they're like, okay, wait, this is put together. This is an actual business. And they leave it thinking, we now have someone who we're going to tell our kids created us a wedding film that they're going to be watching.
Yeah.
That was my mindset. And so, like, what the direction is, I wish I could say it.
Yeah.
Because I ask myself all the time, where do I want to go? What do I want to do?
Well, you definitely have a year planned out. So you're at least a year ahead.
Exactly. So I've got a year of safety and I know what I'm going to do. My day-to-day right now is a lot of reading. It's a lot of reflecting. It's a lot of writing, a lot of planning. And it's a lot of just sitting in my office. To be honest, I'm just brainstorming of what I want to do. I mean, I guess it goes back to weddings are working, so why change? And so I'm not going to change from weddings.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be 40 and filming weddings.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 20. I just turned 26. I've got 14 years till I'm 40. I'll do this till I'm like 35.
Yeah.
To be honest, I could manage that. I could be 35 and shoot a wedding. But after that, it's like, what I'm going to do. I have no clue.
You'll start to feel it. You'll get to a point where you're just like, I don't enjoy this like I used to. And I felt that even with film in general. But you've probably heard this, but I heard it from Nate Taylor that I thought was amazing. And you should start implementing it, which I'm sure you are because of your sales process. But like, start gathering their emails, man, because you're not just creating these relationships that are friendships. You're creating these relationships. And you're going to be that guy they remember as long as they're married, that they're like, that guy shot our wedding. And then let's say down the road, you're like, you have this email list and you want to launch a product or you want to launch some kind of thing, you can now push it out to people that trust you and have a great relationship with you. I've
kind of had not the goal, but the idea of building an app to simplify the process of booking. But then again, I look at it and I'm like, man, it's
a lot of money, a lot of
time, money, a lot of work.
Huge investment.
I don't make that much money.
Yeah. But man, the payoff's there.
Yeah,
you do.
I've just kind of had the mindset that it's okay to not know. Like, I think a lot of people go to school and they listen to their parents of what they should do because it creates this sense of safety of, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get to an end goal. I'm going to have a job and I'm going to be safe. And I think a lot of times people do that and they're not happy. Just
for sure. They're just kind of
they're just stuck.
Yeah.
They're doing it because they have to.
Yeah.
And I think one thing like I've always stayed true to is that it's okay to not know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to not know what the end goal is. It's okay to not know what you're going to be doing in 40 years and 50 years. Like when you're 40 or 50 years old, like you don't have to know as long as it's kind of like what you said, as long as you're doing something.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter what direction it's taking you, as long as it's in a good direction.
Yeah. You're moving.
You're not making decisions that are regressing you.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's okay to not know what you're going to do as long as you're doing something that's pushing you in a good direction.
Yeah.
Because that good direction can turn into the direction. And then that direction can turn into what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Like everything it's all mathematical. It all adds up to create something of what you're going to become.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just kind of my mindset. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to go with it. But
I love it.
I'll figure it out. I'm not doing things that are making me regress.
Yeah.
Try to be a good person. Somehow, some way, it'll all work out.
I love it. And next to the word journey, my favorite word is progress. Yeah. And that's that. You like you said, do something that's not digressing you or steering you away from progress.
Yeah.
Because once you stop feeling progress, which I imagine you're feeling, and that's why you're like, let's just keep doing that. I'm progressing. Once you start feeling that, like you get to a point where you're like, weddings just aren't doing it for me.
Yeah.
I feel like I hit that ceiling.
Point.
And your original question of why I left Supertramp was exactly that.
Yeah.
I didn't feel progress. And so it was time to change. So, I love the mindset. I think you're on the right track. Keep going. So I want to get to that point where I want to ask you, what would you tell someone, and I'd love it to relate to just what you're doing with weddings too. Like someone was like, hey, I want to be a filmmaker.
Yeah.
And they're like, I've heard I shouldn't do weddings or get stuck in weddings is what I always heard or thought. What kind of advice would you give that person if they were thinking about going down the same path as you?
That's tough. I think first I'd say is just do everything.
Okay.
Like
Take all the opportunities.
film everything.
Yeah.
Film branding videos, film food, film weddings.
Yeah.
Film baby videos. I don't know. Anything, dog videos.
Yeah.
Take your camera, film everything. Because as you film everything, you'll figure out, I hate this.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do that again. And I love this.
Yeah.
And that's something I wish, going back, I wish I would have done more. Because I do love weddings. Weddings are fun for me. And I think I got lucky not branching out and still finding something I loved. But if I could go back, I think there's so many other things I could have loved to have done. And so I think my advice would be to do everything, shoot everything, even if it's free. Go have fun with it.
Yeah. You also learn if you don't like to film.
Exactly. Like you're still learning even if you don't like it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, find what aspect you love and then just stick with it. There's too many times that I fell off the wedding path of, well, I like what Sam Coulter's doing. I'm going to try to tap back into that.
Yeah.
I like what Devin Supertramp's doing. I'm going to try to do that. Whereas if I just stayed niche down to weddings, I would have been light years ahead of where I'm at now. It took me my entire career of film to get where I'm at now, where I finally feel like I'd built a business that is trustworthy, that people love, creating wedding films that people get excited about. Whereas if I would have stayed with weddings, I could have been doing this right when I got back from my mission.
Yeah.
So it's like, find the niche, find what you love to do, and then just stick with it. Other people are going to be better at you than other parts of film. Other people are going to be worse than you. There's going to be people who are always better than you at a certain thing.
Yep.
Let them stay in their lane and be good at it. You stay in yours, master what you want to do, and then just stick with that niche. Because the longer you stick with it, the faster you'll be to becoming a master at it.
Yeah.
And then that's when you can really just build a business doing it.
Love it. Great advice. Do we have a question for him? Oh, you're lucky. Do you know Nathan McBride?
Yeah.
He asked a question. So we have
me, the Nathan McBride.
He asked you a question.
That's
And he knew it was you too.
It's horrible.
No, I'm just kidding. He actually asked it without knowing who he's asking it to. But then we're going to have you do the same thing for our next guest, which will actually be me. That's kind of funny. We have one more episode after you for the season, and I'm going to do a wrap up. So should we even have him ask a question, or just have him answer it? Let's just have you answer it.
Okay.
Do you still get nervous when you show up to weddings? That's a great question.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Gear is so, as much as
Gosh. Yeah.
as much as you can trust your gear, you just never know what could happen.
Yeah.
I still show up to weddings and somehow the battery is dead on my Sennheiser. Or I forgot the AAA batteries.
Yeah.
And everyone's guilty of it.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, you left your SD cards back at the hotel and you have 7 cameras, not a single SD card.
So you need to have a freaking internal recording storage.
They do.
Every camera, because that's a thing everyone does it.
I don't get it. I can pack a whole bag,
DJI does it
for 30 grand and
Yeah.
forget 7 SD cards.
Yeah.
So I get nervous in the sense of, am I going to forget something that I need to capture this day? But nervous in the sense of being at the wedding, capturing it, talking to people. I don't anymore. And I think I don't because I've built a system where from start to finish, I know what I'm going to do when I show up.
Especially if you know them, dude.
Yeah.
That's just fun. I love your process, because I still get nerves going into any shoot.
Yeah.
And a lot of it just has to do with the fear of the unknown and not knowing what the result's going to be. But if you've broken a lot of that ice along the way with your clients early, then you feel prepared, you feel ready, the nerves go away, and you already trust that it's going to be great.
Well, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You never, the shoot could just go to crap.
Yeah.
I could be at a wedding and the whole schedule changes.
Yeah.
But if I have my system down and I know what I need to do, going into every wedding now, I go in with a full shot list.
Yeah.
I know the venue, I've taken pictures, I've seen the venue, I have a shot list at this location, this spot. I know where A, B, and C cams are going to be.
Yeah.
I know, I go into a full wedding fully knowing what I need to do. So the nerves of shooting it aren't there. It's more just, did I pack everything?
Yeah.
Do I have everything I need?
Yeah. The nerves will go away with preparation.
Yeah.
I have a quick story I want to talk about that is in line with this that just happened, because I don't do a lot of shooting anymore.
Yeah.
I'll do a lot of directing and DPing. I'll still operate camera, but it's not like I used to, where it was like me and a camera and I'm out shooting stuff with people. Went on this hunting trip trying to impress a client. What?
Rover.
Yes, Rover. And
Funny. I'll tell a funny story after.
okay. So they want to know if I'm a good hang. That's all. They don't care. They're just like, we don't want, like, obviously you have your prices, but we want you to come on a shoot and just see if you're a good fit. So I go on this shoot, just like the old days, packed my bags. We were loaded up. I've prepped everything. It's the first day, super early in the morning, and I grab my camera bag and I leave my laptop bag at the cabin, and we get in a side-by-side and cruise up the mountain. We're talking an hour side-by-side ride to the very top of the mountain. And it's, we get up there and all of a sudden I have this like pit in my stomach. I'm
just
like,
knew.
I don't know if I brought my SD cards. And I open my camera and I have one SD card, and it's 128 gig. So it's tiny compared to what I need for a day.
Nothing.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know for sure, but I think I left my SD cards back at the cabin. So we get to the very top and I'm keeping my cool. I get to the back of the side-by-side, open my bag, and they're not there, dude. Like terabytes of drives, they're not in my bag. And I have an entire day I need to impress these guys with my footage. I need to be working all day. And thank the heavens that basically it started to blizzard. And it was so bad, we got snowed out.
Oh my.
And we probably filmed for 2 or 3 hours, and I was very sparing with my shots.
You were an IPB low.
Oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden they're like, we got to go back because there's just we can't see anything.
You're
so
like,
the deer are like, shoot, that's too bad. And I'm just like, I'm not kidding you. We were at the last location scoping, and it was actually that cool storm shot where they're all, and like, all right, let's head back. And I'm sitting there filming that shot, and my card
filled
fills
up at that shot.
And they took me back to the cabin and got my cards. Like nothing happened.
They'll, unless they watch this, they'll never know.
Yeah, we'll probably make an Instagram. But dude, that's filmmaking to a freaking T. Is problem solving, figuring out how to fix things, and not. Tenzin said it best. Don't go to you're not the chef going to the client saying, hey, this food isn't this and that. You literally keep it to yourself. You
figure it
out. And don't stress telling the director or your client what's going on, and just do it.
You just have to do it.
But dude, I think about it still, like, what if
you didn't have a card
all day and I didn't even have a card? Oh my gosh. I would have been the biggest.
You have a whole hour and a half up there.
I'm up there. That's why I'm there, dude. There's no other reason. I open up and there's no card. Could you imagine? So that was one of the scariest moments of my life, and it just happened age 36 into my film career. It's probably the scariest moment of my life.
They need to make a mount, some sort of mount for the camera that holds an SD card in it somewhere. So that there's always, you just leave one in there.
Yeah.
I guess that's the SD slot, but
I was going to say that's exactly what it is. I had the whole card case in my laptop bag, and I don't know why I did. And
we're all guilty.
Then I ended up doing the second day and had everything with me. And I'm just like, if those days were flip-flop, dude, I would have been screwed. Yeah. And that was I was trying to impress a client, dude, a great client.
Well, dude, that's a big client.
It's a big client. And they're great dudes. So tell me, we'll talk off.
So,
unless you want to tell the story.
Maybe off the pod.
Okay.
That way you guys don't end up using it somehow.
Okay, dude. Well, thanks so much for being on here, dude.
Of course.
This is a filmmaker's journey. This is your guest, Connelly. Thanks so much for being on, dude.
Absolutely. Thank you.